The Chinese moccasin, king of its forest domain, is revered by Taiwan's native Lukai as the tribe's divine protector. Legend holds that at the end of their terrestrial journey, these snakes reincarnate as hawk eagles to rule the skies and shepherd good souls into the hereafter. Wutai Township in Pingdong County is the heartland of Lukai culture and focal point for important tribal festivals. While all join festivities in full traditional regalia, only tribal headsmen, nobility, and anointed warriors are permitted to wear the sacred feathers of the hawk eagle. Lukai hunters display their bravery in decorative symbols of their most prized kills. Lilies are used to symbolize wild boar kills, with 5 marking the highest level of achievement. Lukai hunters fire a volley, a salute to the hunting season soon to begin. Huh? I didn't expect to see you here.
We missed seeing you at the Harvest Festival this year.
I went home, so I didn't make it.
We need to go to the mountains for a few days.
The weather's good. Let's go together tomorrow. Legend holds that the Snake King of Great Ghost Lake, in search of a bride, turned into a dashing young man to win the favors of Balung, a beautiful Lukai maiden. A moving song of Balung's love and fate is still well known amongst the tribe today. Throughout our journey, Buragas relates the wisdom of the mountains passed down through the generations, as well as engaging animal stories.
Look at that black bird up there. Whoa, that's a lot of birds. Its size is smaller than that of the true hawk eagle.
On the approach to the hunting lean-to, Buragas slows, then stops.
Bara, do you see what's up ahead there? Paparata!
Chinese moccasins largely confine themselves to the lower branches of the forest. With skin the color of bark and dried leaves, the hunter awaits its prey, usually along the forest periphery, unseen and unmoving. This moccasin lifts its snout and flicks its tongue repeatedly. This is his forest, and we are in his domain. We continue on only after giving wide berth. Distributed across northern Vietnam, southern China, and Taiwan, the Chinese moccasin is a member of the Viperidae family of snakes. It is also known as the 100-pace viper. In Taiwan, Chinese moccasins live in mountainous terrain below 1,300 meters, mostly in the south and east. Secretive and quick, their presence is only occasionally detected by passers-by. Ectothermal, snakes lack sweat glands and rely on external sources of warmth. Their choice of habitat reflects the need to regulate body temperature. Sunshine, gentle breezes, condensed moisture, and the gentle sway of leaves and branches interact subtly with the snake's silent mysteriousness. Snakes, lacking a retractable eyelid, have instead a clear scale, called brill, to protect their eyes. Brill are shed along with the snake's skin when it molts. The look of cold intensity in the eyes of snakes while hunting or startled is not all it appears. Snakes have poor vision and rely on other, more refined sensory organs to navigate. Most snakes flick their tongues in order to sample the various odoriferous chemicals in the surrounding air. They then analyze airborne odors in what scientists call the Jacobson's organ. In addition to its camouflaging colors and internal chemical analysis lab, the Chinese moccasin, a morning and late afternoon hunter, has yet a third secret weapon in an infrared heat sensor. Set between the nose and eyes, this organ is called a loreal pit. When above or below the mouth, it is called a labial pit. The thousands of sensor cells here see the heat of warm-blooded animals in order to pinpoint their location.
Elders say old moccasins turn into hawk eagles. Moccasins keep guard over nests while hawks hunt for food. In preparation for the transformation, moccasin tails become rough and hard.
Sudah.
Balan, listen. I hear a mouse.
The moccasin's favorite meal?
Right.
Aside from mice, what do moccasins eat?
Frogs and small birds.
Oh, interesting. Moonlight and darkness create the stage on which nocturnal animals start a new day. A mouse scurries along with its business, oblivious that it has already registered on a predator's radar. The moccasin continues sampling smells in the air. Detecting a warm meal, all sensory faculties go on high alert. The situation well in hand, the snake awaits for the perfect moment to strike. Once bitten, the mouse has little hope of escape, and jaws envelop and gradually swallow the rodent. The inward slant of snake fangs is an ingenious adaptation that helps stop prey from squirming away. Today's good weather contrasts with the muggy heat that still prevails in the forest. A fog rolls into the forested valley early in the afternoon. Bulagas is teaching Balan how to set a trap. Great Elder, what bird made that noise? I think it might rain.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll be back to the lean-to in no time.
Rains come as expected, and animals seek shelter beneath the forest canopy, waiting for the downpour to let up. Tucked into a crevice beneath a rock, newborn life is safely removed from the maelstrom overhead. Moccasin eggs take some 30 days to hatch. The 25 eggs safely tucked away here make for a large nest and good new start on life. Hatchlings punch through their egg with the aptly named egg tooth that protrudes from the tip of their snout. Once free, young snakes wriggle about almost immediately. They inherit a deadly poison from their parents. When eye scales gradually turn opaque and the moccasin loses interest in the hunt, it is time to find a safe, quiet spot. Something special is about to happen. As with most snakes, moccasins begin to shed from their snout and rub against hard objects to help speed the molting process. A moccasin will molt numerous times over its life, continuing to grow somewhat at every stage. If lucky, a moccasin can live to a ripe old age of more than 20 years. The moccasin's common name, the 100-pace viper, reflects a traditional belief that, once bitten, a victim had just 100 paces to run before collapsing from the poison. Apart from the name's shock value, it underscores the deadly nature of this species. Complex proteins in moccasin venom inhibit clotting. Normal clotting activity, designed to slow and then stop blood flow, is prevented, causing victims to continue bleeding and eventually pass out from blood loss. Inspired by the anti-clotting attributes of snake venom, a group of Taiwan pharmacologists and biochemists in the 1970s began researching venom proteins. Their results created the hemostatic and thrombolytic drugs now widely used to prevent harmful blood clotting, treat victims of stroke, and inhibit growth in tumor cells.
We first identified a specific anti-clotting agent in the venom of the Taiwan bamboo viper. Later, we found a similar agent present in Chinese moccasin venom. Research on our findings was conducted all over the world, and snake venom proteins with smaller profiles were developed by commercial labs. In terms of thrombolytic applications, compounds developed from venom protein are today widely used to treat myocardial infarctions.
Since passage of the Wildlife Conservation Act in 1989, Taiwan has protected its Chinese moccasin population as an endangered species. Its status further enhanced to that of a rare and valuable species in 2008. The endangered status of the Chinese moccasin in Taiwan, according to the Endemic Species Research Institute, ESRI, became necessary because of large-scale habitat destruction and depopulation due to snakes being captured for use in traditional medicinal therapies. Folk remedies recommended moccasin-infused wines as a treatment for poisons, a kidney tonic, with deadly venom and inimitable hunting prowess. Snakes have been a source of fascination and awe through the centuries. In China, stories like that of the broodingly beautiful Lady White Snake and of the snake sent into the world by the Dark Lord of the Heavens have long made them central figures in traditional folklore and religion. Where Chinese have widely exploited snakes for medicinal and economic purposes, Taiwan's indigenous tribes have given them a revered spiritual significance and infused snake symbols into tribal art. The Lukai name for the Chinese moccasin is pablata, which means our companion. Moccasins are increasingly scarce in the wild. Will they one day disappear from Dawu Mountain, as our Nicolau, the clouded leopard, has? The Chinese moccasin reclines on a mountain crest, basking in silvery moonlight. This noble snake, appointed to look after and protect the Lukai, has never shirked its weighty task. While much has long since decayed and disappeared, you remain. Like the lily in full bloom, your fragrance permeates Dawu Mountain's sacred heights.
La